Yeah. Oh, can you fill me in? Let's talk about it.
Have you always been like an actress?
Um, sort of. Like when I was really shy when I was little, for like a brief time when I was little, and then mum and dad were like, you can go to a drama club, which I hated.
Okay.
And then I just sort of stopped acting for a bit. And then when I was 11, I went to a different drama club, and it was like really, really good. And then
What was the difference between the two? Was it the people or the
so
activities?
It was
or...
both. The people. It was like a 3-hour thing, and we got an hour break in the middle. I won't name it. It's still happening. But it was like it was like a 3-hour day, and you do acting, singing, and dancing. And musical theatre is not my thing anyway.
Right.
And you'd have an hour's break in the middle.
To do what? Just
to go to the sweet shop.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it just wasn't very good, and like they just didn't put much effort in. And then when we started the other one, which is the New Vic Youth Theatre, they just they just really cared about it and about all the people there. And then they do Christmas shows every year, and I was in as like they do a young company, so like a kids cast. And I was in that, and actually since I was in that, I was like, yes, this is what I want to do forever.
Can you remember the first thing you had to do when you went into the first workshop? I'm asking you this for a reason, because it happened to me at Leeds Uni.
Right.
We went in and we talked about some things, and the teacher there said, I've wrote some words down. Can you act these words out with your bodies? And it was like addiction. And we weren't there as theatre people at all.
Yeah.
And we all felt so uncomfortable. And I
Right.
will never forget that feeling of like, how am I meant to show you what addiction looks like with my body? And all of us were just like,
Yeah. This is the thing. I think like when you're new to it, that kind of thing is just like unfair. Like when I was 11, we just did like little plays, we did games, and then the more you get into it, and the more you care about it, because at age 11, most of the people there won't actually want to do acting when they grow up, but like stuff like you just described, that would happen at drama school,
Right.
because it's not really like, it's not to do with acting addiction, it's to do with understanding the physicality of how you might portray someone who is addicted to something, if that was the character you were playing. So you might go and explore the physicality of the word addiction, and then that might help you like portray the way the character moves and stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah, some of the other workshops we've done have been about sort of walking as if you're a different person, so they'd shout characters out and you had to walk as if you were, and all you're doing is walking, but you're imagining being that person or being that certain trait. So yeah, it wasn't brilliant for me. But at 11, are 11-year-olds, are they still doing like make-believe things? Are they still inventing like, not imaginary friends, but like shooting with guns and pretending they're actually...
Yeah, well, when I was a young 11.
Okay.
So probably me, but I feel like, because it's when you start year 7, and I feel like when you start year 7, a lot of kids like try and suddenly grow up.
Yeah.
So I think being at like a drama club, you didn't have to be anything. Like, you didn't have to be the 11-year-old that like all your peers at school wanted. You could just like mess about and act different characters and stuff like that. So and I think it's really good. Like, I think because I was a shy kid, and as soon as I got there, I just was not a shy kid anymore. It made me realise I wasn't actually shy. I was just like, I just didn't really want to do any of those other things. I just wanted to perform.
Right. So it wasn't like you became a character when you was there. You were just yourself, but in an environment where you felt comfortable.
Yeah, and I think like I didn't always want to just be me. I wanted to always perform and put on different clothes and put on like different shows and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Do you think it's easier at your age now? Do you think it's easier that you started at 11, or if you were just to start at sort of 17? Do you think it's more difficult to come into it later on in life?
I don't know. In terms of some things, like I got to be in a show, like a professional show, when I was 13, and so I learned lots there that will help me and has helped me in other shows. So in terms of that, like, yeah, starting young, you just have more time to fit things in. But then, like, I did a audio drama last year with this guy who started acting. He was 21 and he started acting at 19. And like, we both auditioned for this part. Like, they didn't really know our backgrounds and stuff. And he was really good, and like, he had our backgrounds were really different. Like, he'd never really done any acting before. So yeah, I would say it helps because it's good to have experience, but it's definitely not necessary.
Right. Yeah, because you do hear about people who sort of break through as adults, and you know, they maybe weren't right for young characters, but then when they've become adults, you see a lot of soap stars that end up.
Yeah, but there's a woman on my course at drama school who's 40 something.
Right.
And she's just doing the same course as all of us. Like, I'm not sure what she did before, but she's just decided now she's going to act. So, yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. And you've just done some monologues, and we've got some pictures that we're going to show from different things that you've done. So you wrote some of them yourself? Yeah,
the first one I wrote.
So what was that for? Why?
So it was for a module at drama school. And basically we did this thing called viewpoints, which is it's kind of a new thing. It's a new way of looking at performance, where you look at it, you don't just sort of like have a director and a writer and you have the script and it's written and then you perform it. You sort of look at it from lots of different ways, in terms of like shape and gesture, tempo, repetition, all these kind of things that you just like explore. And we did that first, and then we all wrote monologues involving those things. So it was like, it wasn't just like someone had sat there and just wrote what they were thinking. We'd like explored all these concepts.
Oh, wow.
And then we wrote our monologues. So yeah, it was just a way to teach us that, I think.
My sort of background is spoken word, and I think things like that would be massively beneficial for people performing poetry and sort of controlling the tempo and emphasis. And
yeah, because it's that side of acting that is it's the more creative side, rather than the like you're a blank canvas to do what the director says. It's the more creative side. So yeah, I think so.
Oh, brilliant. I'm going to have to look into that, because there's one of my pieces about knife crime, and there's 2 lines back to back, and it talks about time slows down, you can't hear a sound, the adrenaline kicks in, your heart starts to pound, and I do them at complete opposite tempos, because one's talking about time slowing down, the other's talking about adrenaline. And people who don't know about poetry or anything mention that, and they ask why I do that, and when I explain, they're like, oh yeah, and it sort of pulls them in a little bit. So I completely appreciate how valuable stuff like that is.
It's stuff you don't think about until it's there, because one of the things is duration as well. So if you put tempo and duration together, then they can mean totally different things. Like if you do something really quick, really short, and then something really, really fast but for a really long time, just sort of like means different things. Yeah. So yeah.
Oh, okay. So what's this journey been like, in that you start at 11, and so you had a professional play at 13. So what happened between that and going to uni?
So I think I did amateur stuff. I did musicals and things. I did amateur plays. I did GCSE drama, A-level drama. Then I did get cast in an ITV crime drama, because it was a crime reconstruction drama. So there was a story about this girl who got murdered by her boyfriend, as a true story, and I looked just like this girl. Oh, wow. And that's literally the only reason I got cast.
Oh, because you've been doing drama school for years and you've got a good reputation?
Nope. Nope. Literally, because actually, I don't know if I should say this, but anyway, my old agent is like dodgy, and we actually left them, and we were still on their books, and so they found me on that, and they were like, "We need her. She looks just like this girl," and then they.
So this is what I'm saying. So you had an agent and you were registered with.
Yeah, but it was.
So they saw that and they know that you're already doing stuff. So you weren't just a
yes.
random person in Morrison's
No.
that they saw and went, aha.
That's true, but it was an extras agency, so it's not an agency that's
I wish you'd
got
stop talking this
actors.
down.
No, I'm talking it right down. I am. Yeah, it was an extras agency, so like I wasn't on there to be an actor. I was just on there to, well, be a background supporting artist. But yeah, I think they just saw me on there. They must have been like scraping the barrel, and then they saw me and they were like, "Oh, we really she looks just like this girl." So that was my first professional screen acting experience. And it was so much fun. It was like 2 days. And they put me in a hotel, like a posh hotel overnight.
And where was this?
So it was in Manchester. We filmed on the old set of Corrie, but they turned into... Oh, yeah, so this was where I played the dead body. And, like, they turned into a morgue. Is it called a morgue? And then we were in the woods filming the murder, and then we were in an apartment filming like the lead up to it.
How did it feel knowing that this isn't just a script, this actually happened?
Yeah, well, that was very strange. And also, so there was this woman playing the girl's mum, and the girl's mum is still alive.
Yeah.
And there's a scene where I was playing the dead body, and the mum was like crying, and
she was there on set.
No, not the actual mum, as the
Okay,
actress mum.
Yeah.
But it was that like really happened.
Yeah.
And the real mum it didn't actually go on TV. It didn't get whatever the word is. It didn't get the go ahead to go on TV.
Oh, right, okay.
I don't know why, and I also never got the footage because it's so sensitive. And it's real people's lives involved. So I was obviously like, that's fine. But yeah, like the idea that at the time this real woman might be watching this reenactment of what really happened was very sad. I
couldn't even imagine. Like, obviously, if you do look a lot like her daughter, then she's watching. Because whatever happened, and her mum would have been told about it by the police, I'm guessing. They would have explained how it happened. Yeah. But then to actually see it happening with somebody,
and it was there to like tell the story and really like kind of scare people out of these things. So
what did you learn from that? So that was a professional shoot. Was it what you expected? Was it completely different?
Yeah, it was what I expected. Like we had to do things a million times, and like I got to jump onto crash mats and stuff. It was really fun. And the people were really, really nice. I think it was slightly different because it was a very small team. And I think some shoot, like what my acting teachers tell me now is like you get a lot like on like soaps and stuff, you'll have like 3 different cameras set up and like a team behind each one, which sounds a bit more like overwhelming. But for a first TV experience, it was, I think, really good chance to like be introduced to it.
How do you feel now having 2 cameras pointing at you with a mic in your face?
Great. I feel professional.
Yeah.
Which I like.
Okay, so you do that, and then so how old are you when that happened?
16? Maybe older? Maybe older. No, like 18. I can't remember.
So not that long ago.
Was I 19? Oh my god, I was 19. Oh wait, so that wasn't the next thing I did then. So I worked at Alton Towers and I was friends with some of the CBeebies characters, and I would be on stage with them, perform with them, and then look after them, and then I did meet and greets with them as well.
Okay.
And then I also did Scarefest at Alton Towers, where I was playing like a ghost in one of the towers, which was really fun.
Did you get to chase people?
Yeah.
I'm one of these where we had a conversation the other day, and I was just like, if a little girl in a dress and a white face came into this room, my reaction would be, I'm telling you now, I'm going to punch you in the face because I need to know whether you're real or not. So if you're a real little girl, you need to get out of this studio now. I don't care who's put you up to it, who's on the other side of that door, but you just need to get out now.
Yeah, it was. Everyone's reactions are different, and they're mostly really funny because obviously they know they're going into a scare maze.
Yeah.
But they, like, especially my role as a ghost child, we used to like stand in the doorway and like sway and look creepy, and then we'd run off and hide somewhere, and it'd be a really dark room, and then one of us would jump out and be like, let's play hide and seek, and then they'd be like, oh my god, they're gonna appear somewhere else, and then we'd like, there's always two of us, but you wouldn't know there was always two of us.
Right.
And so we'd like keep popping out of different places. And then sometimes, if there wasn't another group coming, we'd just chase them into the next room. And they would be so scared.
Did you ever get people who tried to be that cool where they'd just be like, yeah, I'm not even bothered?
Yeah, you got people try and like talk back at you. But when you're playing a kid, you can sort of just like take the piss.
Yeah.
If I can say that. You can just sort of like make fun of them.
Okay.
Because, yeah.
See, with you being a twin, that would have been so cool to have both of you. Like one pop up and then the other one pop up and be like, how did you? And then both pop up.
Yeah, well, it was sort of like that because the kids was 3 girls and 1 boy.
I suppose with makeup and outfits, you'd all look
and
similar
we had
anyway,
white faces. This is Corona time, so face masks. And then like long dresses that you couldn't really tell. And it was dark.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So one of my friends' wives, are they married? Don't know if they're married. Been together a long time. They've got a couple of kiddies together. She worked, I think it might have been Yorkshire Scareground where she worked, and she got her tongue split.
Really?
Yeah, she went all in.
Oh my
God. And some of the pictures and the videos that she used to post where people literally screaming and
I hadn't succeeded if I hadn't made someone in the group like actually scream out loud. Every single group that came in.
Why would you put yourself through it?
To be honest, I would love to do a scare maze because I got to go through. I got to go through as well, but I knew everyone and I knew what was going to happen. But it was still fun.
Yeah, I think if I was going to do acting, it'd have to be something interactive like that.
They have one maze where they have. I can't remember what the theme is. I think it's skin snatchers, and the idea is that the people in the maze trying to like grab your skin and wear it or something. But they have like big guys at the end with chainsaws that, well, like not actual chainsaws, but they do look like them, and then they chase you out. You might like that. Might be fun.
Oh wow! So there's been a massive sort of difference in, because you go from Scarefest. I mean, both of those were Alton Towers as well.
Yeah.
So was that like one day you do this and then one day?
No, so and then I also was an elf there as well, which was very different. So one was in CBeebies Land when I was performing and doing meet and greets.
Is all this within Alton Towers? I've not been for years.
Oh,
is that all?
yeah. So
okay.
Alton Towers has CBeebies Land, which is like based on CBeebies characters, and then Scarefest happens over October. And you just are employed for the month of October to be scary. Okay. And then I was an elf for the month of December. So I went back to being like with kids.
Your portfolio must be amazing.
It was really nice. I love doing all the different things because playing a ghost child and then playing an elf is like polar opposites. Yeah. But it was really fun.
So then you did the thing in Stoke, the audio.
Yeah. Oh, I've missed out. I also did Regional Young Actors Ensemble, which was in Hull, where we did like street performances and showcase.
What was that?
So it was a physical theatre piece, and this is when Hull was the city of culture.
Yeah.
And we just performed it on the street, like kind of like a flash mob, but except everyone knew it was about to start. So not really like a flash mob.
Okay.
Yeah, it was interesting.
And was it theatre or was it dance or was it what?
It's physical theatre, and I've done. So, have you seen Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime? Or have you seen? Okay, no.
Go on, you keep throwing them at me.
I'm just trying to explain physical theatre because it comes from dance, but it's not got all the rules that dance has. Right. It's just a way of using our bodies to tell a story, no matter how that is. Because I've also done, with National Theatre Connections, some physical theatre shows where we sort of did like gender swap things where the girls will play boys and the boys play girls, but it wasn't like naturalistically like playing a boy. It was sort of like exaggerating, but it just sort of brought out the whole like what is gender anyway, society kind of thing.
Okay. And we've got some pictures that we're going to show. So I started saying that too soon and not come through yet. So we've got some of the Scarefest. Mm-hmm. And the woman in the grey robes around the dome with all the big glass windows in the background. What's that from?
Oh, so that is actually so when you queue to go into our maze, that's where you queue. Because my maze was it was called the Attic, and it was at the top of the towers.
Okay.
So that's like the entrance, and then you go. It's all set up like over Scarefest, all set up like really creepy old Edwardian house, and then you go up loads and loads of stairs to get to the attic, and then you're in. But that's where the queue is.
CBeebies Land.
That's me with Bing and Flop. I was friends with Flop sometimes. That's a performance at the New Vic Theatre.
And what was that?
That was called The End of the World in Slow Motion. It was a youth theatre show, written by Kat Boone, who also wrote the audio drama that I did years later.
Oh, brilliant.
Which is cool.
So you obviously made a good impression.
I mean, yeah, she did remember me, but I don't think she cast me. I think it was a coincidence.
Oh, right, okay.
But it was nice that she remembered me.
Yeah. And then the grade.
Oh, and that is my third year performance at Birmingham in something called Comment is Free.
If you can hear any whispering, that's Katie's twin sister Rachel sat behind the cameras directing.
Yeah, and that was really good. So that was Uni of Birmingham, because I did drama there, and that was in third year they set up like a professional type performance, and like second and first years and other third years. So there was another third year director, there was and a director from the RSC, and then there was like stage managers and stuff from all the other years, and we got to be the actors in like a professional environment, which was really cool.
Oh, brilliant. The monologue that you did earlier, so there's a picture of you in a bed.
Yes.
Is that from that?
That is something I filmed at the New Vic. It was just a self-tape thing that I just filmed because I could.
Oh, right, okay.
Because our youth theatre leader's brother is a filmmaker, so I asked him and we made it.
Oh, brilliant. It looked professional.
Yeah, he's professional.
Right, okay.
He's really good. I think he's called Moonbrushed Media.
Moonbrush Media.
Yeah, Moonbrushed Media.
Right.
Yeah, he was going to do my headshots. I asked him, but he was just moving house and having a baby. So I was like, never mind, I'll get someone else to do them. Don't worry.
Oh, wow. So then you've gone to Surrey. You're a Stoke girl, aren't you? Yes.
I don't sound like one anymore.
No.
Like Mum and Rachel always like, what's happened to you? Yeah. So I'm at Guildford School of Acting, which is attached to Uni of Surrey, but it is its own thing.
Yeah. Have you done much away from Stoke? Like, have you lived away?
I lived in Birmingham when I was at uni.
How long was that for?
3 years.
Oh, right, okay. And that's a pretty big city, so it's not like...
Oh, yeah. But
Did
it's
that
also
prepare you for Surrey?
Yes, but in a way, like, because Birmingham's very close to Stoke, like literally close, and also it's kind of similar. And then Surrey is just, especially
far.
Guildford, it's far, but it's also really nice. And like I always say, there's loads of dogs in coats, and I just think like that, just like, and there is. I saw a dog in a knitted jumper, and the colours were the same as the knitted scarf its owner was wearing, and I was like, I'm in Guildford.
Wow.
You don't get that in Stoke. Yeah, I think it's really cute. I really like it.
So how did it feel? Like, obviously, you were accepted to go. Mm-hmm. So there's the excitement.
Yeah.
And then there's the realisation that you're moving away from family, because it is, I mean, what is it? It's a few hours on train, isn't it?
4 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the thing about drama school is it is such a journey to audition, because the auditions are like, it's some of the most brutal things you can do. Like they literally do, sometimes they literally just have you for about 5 minutes, then they say go wait there for a few hours, we'll see you do one monologue. There was one audition where they just cut me off because I went over time, and then they'll just sit you all in a room and call out numbers of who got recalls, and it's like there's a lot.
Wow.
There's a lot to go through drama school auditions, and because most drama schools are in London, or down south at least, it was something that when auditioning I accepted that because I wanted to get in so much more than I like wanted to, you know, be safe
local,
and
yeah.
stay where I was. So I think it was like a sacrifice I was gonna make anyway, and because I was in Surrey and not London, that felt a lot less scary than if I'd gone to a London one. Yeah.
So how was it when you got there? Was it exciting? Was it, you know, you turn up in this big city away from home, you meet, do you live on site with other people on your course?
I live with 3 other actors, 1 musical theatre student, and 2 stage managers. Yeah, 2 stage managers. Yeah, we all get on great. Like it's a really crazy house, but it's really nice.
Does that help, do you think?
Yeah, it does. I think it's really nice to have like lots in common with the people that you live with, and like also like connections in the future, especially like I literally, my best friend's a stage manager. Like that's very useful.
Remember when I did that washing up for you? So what's the plan? What's the dream?
Well, the plan is to we're gonna make a short film as part of my course, and then I've got a public production, which I can't say what it is right now. Then we've got a showcase, and then we do a show by ourselves, like that we write and perform all by ourselves.
So will that be you? When you say by yourself, you perform by yourself, or do you write it with other characters?
I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure that it's just
a one-person show,
like a one-woman show, which I've never done before. But hopefully agents will, and we've got some meets with agents as well. And GSA has a good agent rate, so I'm really hoping it works for me. But there'll be agents invited to all of those, and hopefully I'll get one from that. And I plan to live with 2 of my housemates this year in London next year, and we're all just going to try and make it as actors.
Brilliant. And are you looking at theatre? Are you looking at TV? Are you looking at film?
I'm looking at all of it, because I done lots of theatre and I love theatre. The small bit of TV I've done, I loved, and I want to do more of that. And also like it's much better paid to do film and TV than it is theatre. But theatre is like, in a way, the excitement is more real, and because it's live.
Yeah.
So I guess obviously it depends what I get, if anything.
Yeah.
But I think I would want to do all the options all the time.
I don't know what would be worse, because you've got live theatre, which obviously there's the pressure. But with TV, if you was in a soap, you have to learn all your lines to only ever say them once.
Yeah. Oh.
And everything's just throwaway. Like you'll never repeat the same performance again.
Yeah. So my acting teacher used to be in Hollyoaks, and she's on there for 5 years, and they used to get like a very short amount of time to learn like loads of lines. And she said actually one of the reasons that the lines are so short in soaps is so the actors can remember them, because they have so little time to remember them. Then they just film the scenes, then the next day they're on completely different scenes.
Yeah.
And it's really long days as well.
I don't think people appreciate what goes into it. You just turn your telly on and there's people there just talking to each other like they are that person and that person.
Yeah.
And you don't see everything that goes into it.
Yeah, being a soap actor is definitely, you have steady income but solid work. Like you have to be always working. My acting teacher said like she could have taken more holidays, but she just didn't, because she was just this character on this show, and she just wanted to. She was like, I was more that character than I was me during some of that time, because you might have like 15 hours working a day, go home, sleep, go back again, especially if you're a big character. So yeah,
I wonder how the holidays and stuff work, because obviously they'd have to not write scenes for that. I mean, you'd probably have to book a holiday quite far in advance, and then they'd have to work it round.
I think so.
You not being in it, because they're already sort of a month behind anyway, aren't they? They film everything a month.
Yeah. I don't know how it works exactly, but I do think that they can probably book it long in advance, and then they can change the schedule so that they're filming like scenes that they're not in at that time. But yeah,
I've never thought about things like that. How does a soap actor book a holiday if you wanted 2 weeks off?
Yeah.
Oh wow, it's crazy. Like I say, you just turn your telly on and you watch it, and then you never think about the logistics that go into it. And
the amount of times that they do the same thing over and over until it's right, and the amount of, and also I think with soap acting and like TV acting in general, you do have to get it the same every time, because if you're doing it lots of times, if you do something different when it's edited together, it won't look right. Whereas on stage, as much as the director might not want you to, as long as you're saying the right things, you can kind of mix it up every night, which is, you get more freedom on stage, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like you're sold for theatre. I feel like the
funny thing is, like, I think it's different, because like I really want to do like 1 hour TV dramas.
Like a follow-on sequence, or just random, just like 1 hour and that's it from start to finish.
Like, well, to be honest, any TV dramas, but like a series because you get more freedom in that too, because you have a longer filming period. So you get, because they don't have to fit everything into a half-hour episode. You get more time to do things that don't work, do things that don't even go in it. Yeah. You can do it lots of different ways, which I think is really good.
I'm going to put you on the spot now. You get a phone call now saying we're going to fund you a 10-series drama. What's the, not the storyline? What's it about?
As in, like, what would I want to do? A drama. I want to be in like a sad drama, like a truth drama. I love things that are real.
So it'd have to be sort of like something that's happened, and it's like a series of this is what happened at that particular thing, or could it be made up? Yeah.
There's something, I said I wasn't going to talk about this, but there's something that, so I'm for my one woman performance, I'm going to write about my OCD experience, and I really would love there to be like a TV series really explaining that. And there already has been one, but it's not quite the experience that I understand. And so once I've written it... Is this the
one with the girl?
Yeah, it's called Pure.
It's quite dramatized. Not dramatized, but it's quite... Like, it's... I don't know. It's not serious in a sense. It's quite a fun thing to watch, if you know what I
mean. And it's just... and it's really good. And it was really nice for me to watch. OCD has so many varieties that there's just like more stories to tell than just that one.
Yeah.
So like that would be something I would love to do. Just get to tell the truth, and as an actor, get to tell a story that really means something to you. But you're still playing a character, but also you have so much insight into it.
Yeah.
Like I think that's like a special thing that you can have as an actor.
There was something reading on Facebook earlier, and it was about an autistic character, and should it be an autistic person that plays
Was this
role?
about? It
was a screenshot from Twitter, so I'm not sure what.
Because this Sears movie with Maddie Ziegler in.
Okay.
Which is called Music, and it's about, I haven't seen it, but it's about an autistic girl, and Maddie Ziegler plays her, who's not autistic, and that there's been like a massive blow up about that. So it could be that. Okay.
I don't know where I sit with that, because I feel like you get the authenticity if you do, like you say, you'll relate to that person more, and it's more, and it gives them an opportunity to tell their story as well. So I can definitely see that.
Yeah, I think it's changing a lot, because like, I think if there's an autistic actor who can play the part, then they should definitely play the part.
Yeah.
That just makes sense to me.
Definitely.
I don't know why you
even
wouldn't.
to have that input and
and you'd learn so much more, and it would just mean a lot more, and it would be truthful. One of my best friends at uni, he's a stage manager, and he's TikTok famous.
Is it?
Like, he's got 100,000 followers. Yeah.
I don't understand it. I don't get it.
I've
seen some of your videos though, and I've asked permission if we're allowed to share any of the ones from when you two were little, because there's some that you do where like it's a baby picture.
Oh yeah.
And then you swap sides, and then you're wearing or posing in the same way.
Yeah, we recreate them. That was a TikTok trend.
Right. Okay.
From a while ago, but it's a good trend.
Yeah, I think we'll maybe post a couple of the. We'll have a couple of the videos playing in the middle, so people can see it.
Okay.
And what's your TikTok name?
So it's Disney. It's Disney_Queen_quarantined.
And what's that? Why that name?
That is because in lockdown, I started drawing Disney characters. Oh no, I started because I used to do henna as well, and I was like doing henna Disney characters, and then I started filming myself do it and then like time lapsing it, and then Rachel was like, "This is." Rachel's like, this is like TikTok worthy. You have to get TikTok. And I was like, oh, fine. And then they did really well, and I was like, oh my god. And then, like, I don't really know. My followers just sort of wanted more. They really liked the painting videos, and I did like a big canvas of lots of Disney characters, and then they all requested a Disney character to go on it.
Oh, nice.
And that was really cute. Oh, and then I started. Disney, please don't sue me. I started like selling some paintings.
I think you're allowed to do that if you paint.
So. Yeah, but of Disney characters. Well, anyway, that's not happening anymore. Just in case. But yeah, I started selling some Disney paintings, mostly for like mums with little kids for their bedrooms and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I just started posting like random videos with Disney themes, but it's just really fun to do.
Yeah. Have you had any feedback from people who watch them?
Yeah. Wait, my phone's over there, because like I used to get a lot of comments on all my videos, and they used to put first so that they could be the first person to comment on the video, and I didn't know what that meant, and then I was like, oh, it's because they think that it's gonna go that's because they actually think it's gonna go viral.
Oh, right.
Which is crazy.
So then when people see the video, it'll be their comment that they see first.
Yeah, and they're like, I don't even know, just like, yay, I got the first comment on a viral video.
Are you still doing TikTok videos and stuff?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I'm so busy at drama school, I don't do as many, but I do still make some. I made one about being at drama school as well, which is quite cute.
Yeah.
Which is another trend. There's like a drama school trend going around where there's this person singing this song, and you just have to put like your dream role and your age, name, stuff like that. So I've got one of those.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds brilliant. So yeah, obviously go and have a look and watch some of the videos. It's been brilliant having you in. It's good to get to know you more. We've not spoke much. We met a few months ago, and I'm blown away by everything that you do, everything that you're sort of aspiring to be, and it's just good to see that the things, this where you are now started when you was 11, and the fact that you took that leap to move to Birmingham, and then the fact that you've moved to Surrey, it's the commitment that you're putting in, and hopefully it's going to pay off. And from the little bits that I've seen of you just doing here to camera, absolutely amazing. Like the way you just switch on and then switch off, it's
scary.
It's scary. That's the word I was going to use. Yeah. But no, it was really, really good to meet you, and I wish you all the best.
Oh, thank you.